Welcome guys, Scorpio here,
Gillen.
and we're going to review another two games. This time it's Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2, because we don't want to do Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2 alone, because it's already out there, both of them. So, first off, let's just go back to Assassin's Creed. This was one of... fixing it? This was one of the greatest hits for PS3 and Xbox. The Platinum Edition, apparently. And it's a really great game. Everyone likes it. A lot of people go back and still play it. It's a really fun game. It's open world, and it's basically one of Ubisoft's other creations of sort of like a Prince of Persia system, almost. So it was a really fun game, really awesome. And then Assassin's Creed 2 came out.
Blew Assassin's Creed right out of the water.
Yep, because Assassin's Creed 2 was a lot funner. And so here's the story. The story is that you play as Ezio, a person who has a normal day life like anyone else back in Italy. But then finding out that his father has been convicted for something, and his two brothers that are murdered with his father on execution being hanged, he now has become part of an assassin order and is now going around and avenging his father's and his brother's death by going around and killing the people who did it. So the story was actually pretty cool. What do you find about it, Gillen?
I like the story. The story was good. You know, Assassin's Creed, the first game, you know, that was a little bit iffy on the story. I didn't like the story too much in there. It was a bit too uncomplicated. I like a little bit of complication in the stories, you know. I don't like simple so much. Simple can be good, but, you know, I like how it was all, you know, murder mystery, you know, who framed them, who did this, who did that. I like that about Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed didn't have that too much, but Assassin's Creed 2, definitely.
And also you were like the strongest guy in Assassin's Creed and you just got rid of your weapons.
Yeah.
It's the most dick-ass move ever.
Yep.
And then the gameplay. The gameplay was awesome. Basically, instead of having the same... go and knife someone in the back, then a guy will attack you, and you have and you're basically the strongest guy there with the swords. This time they had guys with it's not just swords anymore. It's hammers, axes, maces, and even with that, you're still pretty much almost invincible. But then you have the armored guys with pikes and that, and really. That was the cool part about the gameplay. Having two hidden blades, that was awesome. That was basically right from the get-go. Having a gun as small as a hummingbird, and still the throwing knives there, poison and all that. The gameplay was very fresh, new, and exciting. There were a lot of cool things that you were able to do. It wasn't just like the same boring crap in the main missions over and over. There were sometimes that you would be in a chase in a carriage, you would have to use a gondola, you would have to use Leonardo's flying machine. It was a really cool game with the gameplay. They really changed it. What do you find about that, Glenn?
Well, I really liked how in Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed, you weren't able to do this. You're able to get different kinds of armor. You can choose the color for the armor, and also you can upgrade your armor so that the stats go up. You can upgrade your weapons too so that the stats go up on your weapons. You know, that's really cool. I like that, and I also like how when you kill an enemy, they drop their weapon, and then you can pick up that weapon and use it as your own weapon, so you can fight the other guys with, like, I don't know, like an axe or a mace or any other type of thing like that. It's really cool. I like how that worked out. I also liked how it wasn't just the same boring crap over and over again, where you weren't just running through the streets doing all these same missions over and over again. Oh, follow this guy, beat up this guy, follow this guy, beat up this guy, scale the walls, follow this guy, beat up this guy. You know, that same boring crap, okay? You know, this was a little bit different. I like that. It kind of changed it a bit. You know, Assassin's Creed, we didn't know any better, right? We didn't know that there could be differences and a lot of different things that could be used in it, but Assassin's Creed 2 brought something different to the game system, so I really like that. What did you find about the graphics, Scorpio? What did you think about them?
The graphics were pretty much awesome. I like the fact that when you get wet, you actually see your guy get wet. And actually the factor about the part with the graphics and the gameplay on this part was that in the first game, your guy's basically hates water, or he doesn't know how to fuck to swim because he never swims. He just drowns. And that was annoying as shit when you see tons of water, and when you just poke it with your foot, you die, pretty much. And, well, really, the graphics were amazing. I really liked the clothes. The faces looked awesome. There were a lot of things I like to see, like in visuals and the styles. And it was basically, in 2009, one of the greatest known games, pretty much, along up there with Uncharted 2. Those graphics. I mean, those Uncharted 2's graphics are basically the highest of all graphics. Everyone knows that. Heavy Rain, it came out in 2010. Some people saying, there are some parts that aren't good, but this game can be compared to Uncharted 2 graphics, and that's a huge thing.
Yeah, I really liked how you know, the blood and everything. You know, I already said this before in some of the other reviews. The blood, I love the blood. Okay. And I like how they showed the blood in different ways in this, and you know, not exactly splattering, but the way the blood, you know, swooshed out of the enemy every time you hit them, kind of looked a little bit more real. And I also liked how the texture of all the clothes and everything was so fine cut. It wasn't just, you know, all weird, and you know how some of the buildings look like they're all fuzzy and stuff or something like that. It wasn't like that in this one. It was really nice. I think they fixed a lot of the graphics and coloring schemes. I think they got everything pretty good, because in the old Assassin's Creed, the first game, everything was pretty much bland. All you saw was like gray, white, brownish and stuff, and in this game you get to see a whole bunch of different types of color textures for the buildings and stuff. You get to see red buildings, you get to see, you know, sometimes green on the buildings, blue, you know, and then you get to see people who wear different clothes instead of the same old boring shit, like all those peasants who wear all those rags and all that. Yeah, it was a big difference in, like, the whole graphics and everything. And the frame rates, like, I said this for the other zombie game, the frame rates for this is better, because you're not when you're going through the main storyline, it's not all screwed up when someone does something. So I found it was a lot better. It was a lot more smooth than Assassin's Creed. I think Assassin's Creed was just kind of like the run through, right? Like, oh, we'll do this, and then if we have any problems, then we can fix that in the second game.
That's what sequels are made for.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't wait until they make the next game in the Assassin's Creed franchise. It's gonna be great, eh?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It's coming up this year.
Yeah. So guys, stay tuned. Thanks for listening, and have a good time. Buy the game. 9.5 out of 10. That's right.
I give it a 9.5 as well.
Yep. So buy the game, guys. It's good.